This is a topic that makes a lot of sense to me and that I finally accepted, I'd say probably over the past year in my life. And I'm going to explain why I'm not having kids. So, aside for the medical reasons, which I'm not going to get into, which basically hinder the ability for me to be able to have children, I am going to explain why it's just my personal preference and my partner's personal preference not to have kids. This has nothing to do with the fact that he doesn't want them. It's not anything that he has convinced me to not do in order to be with him, which a lot of people might think. It actually is just something that we both agree that we don't want in our future, even if it were possible. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, like even having to explain, or even when I had to explain to some of my doctors in the beginning when I was receiving treatment and radioactive iodine and radiation and heavy doses of that, I was, always asked, are you pregnant? Is there any chance that you could be pregnant? If you do this treatment, you can't get pregnant for at least a year. And then I did the other treatment and they were like, well, you can't get pregnant again for another year. And I'm like, guys, it's cool. I'm not having kids. It's okay. Please give me the treatment. I do not want cancer or children. And a lot of people just kind of looked at me like, you're not having kids. You're only 33. You're not like 80. You're 40. You're physically capable of conceiving. And before they really knew a lot more about me, they would kind of look at me and make me feel bad. And, it's my preference. And I'm just going to explain a couple of selfish reasons why I don't want to have children. And the first one is mainly just because I physically do not think that I could handle it, physically or mentally. I work with children and love them with all my heart, which is hard, I guess, to explain. A person who loves kids, why on earth would you not want to be a mom? I really did want to be a mom. Most of my life, that was really something that I was striving towards. But when my life changed a couple of years ago, and even before then, I just sort of started to feel like it wasn't in the cards for me, because I just physically didn't feel well. And when you have a child, that requires a lot of energy, effort, love, sleepless nights, and you just kind of lose yourself. I know that it's the most incredible thing, but I feel like personally I have just been through enough in my life. I feel like I've been through emotionally a lot in the past several years. My body has been through a lot of trauma, especially the past year or so, and I'm tired, and I kind of just feel like I want my next chapter of my life, or for as long as I live, to just kind of be selfish and travel and be with my loved ones and not have to worry about taking care of others as much, but taking care of myself. I've spent so much of my life taking care of others and abandoning myself that now I feel like it's my time to think of me and put me and my partner and my relationships with other people that are already in my life and already my family first, and make those relationships and the relationship with myself a priority first. The other reason is relatively political, but also a society type reason, but I'm just gonna kind of say I think that this world is a lot harder than it was when I was a kid. I see it a lot in the schools. and I see it a lot in the children that I know. I'm very close with, I'd say, about 20, and then relatively close with about 120 others. And it's just different, and it's scary, and I don't feel like, honestly, with my anxiety, the way that it is in the world, just in general, the way that it is, I don't think that I could mentally handle being a mother. I think that as much as I would love having a child, I think that it would overall be very difficult for me to handle emotionally. I would worry, and so those are the main two reasons. And when you think about it, I've kind of just also accepted that my body can't really handle anything else, and that's the biggest one. So I know this was kind of a boring video and a taboo subject. I'm certainly not saying that I don't think being a mom is amazing and that you can't be a parent and successfully be a parent or have a child this day and age. I think that children in our society this day and age are the smartest and talented, most brilliant children that we've ever had in existence. So yes, I am at a loss by not having one of my own, but I feel like I can still live my life fully without being a mom, and that that's okay, and that decision to just be myself and mother a bunch of really cute cats and be a really cool friend and role model to lots of kids out there is enough. So thanks if you made it this far, guys. Whatever your decisions are in life and whatever you are led to do, I hope you do it fully in your heart and make those decisions based on your truth alone. Thank you, guys. Good night.